What's going on, everyone? Welcome back on Blog Gems. Today I want to talk about Cryptopunks, and specifically I want to talk about the auction that Christie's will run next month. And before we jump into the content, please guys subscribe to the channel, hit the like button and turn that notification bell on. I also want to thank you guys for the support that I have received so far, for the support that you gave me. Without your support, all this content wouldn't have been possible. So now let's dive into the content, and let's start from the fact that Christie's decided to come back to the NFT space with an auction that has as a subject Cryptopunks, the original NFTs. Now, what we have seen in the past already is that Christie's was the very first player coming from the traditional art market that started to get in touch with the NFT space. So Beeple, if you haven't been sleeping under a rock, you know who Beeple is, one of the most famous artists in the NFT space as of today, decided to auction a mosaic of artworks that he has created, and these were indeed the first 5,000 days of the series that he made called the Everydays. And this mosaic went on auction on Christie's, just online. It was an online auction that sold for a little bit less than 70 million US dollars. And this staggering amount turned Beeple into the third most paid living artist in the world. Now, in the months that came after these auctions, in the weeks that came after this auction, we have seen that the traditional art space has been getting closer and closer to the NFT space. Another example that we had was, it's actually a very recent example, was the partnership between Sotheby's and Nifty Gateway that basically put on auction an exhibition, a series of pieces by the artist Pak. Pak is also another very famous artist in the space, one of the blue chips of the NFT art space on Super Rare and on the other main portals. He has been printing huge numbers even before the partnership with Sotheby's, even before this specific exhibition. But we have seen a particularly crazy amount in this occasion that just occurred a couple of days ago. So Sotheby's is also a particularly famous player in the space. We're talking about a company that was established in 1744 that has been in the art market for forever, basically. And now we see Christie's coming back at it with the Cryptopunks. So these 9 Cryptopunks that we see here will be auctioned on May the 13th. And the estimate value of the auction is between 7 and 9 million. This is the range that Christie's itself gave to the exhibition, to the auction, better said. Now, I want to provide a little bit of context about what is going on, because if we go on the website of Cryptopunks, so basically Larva Labs, where Larva Labs is the creator project, is this duo that created the Cryptopunks, we can see what is the lowest price punk available. So basically where the floor is as of today. So as of today, if you want to buy one Cryptopunk, the cheapest Cryptopunk available, you will have to have 19.5 Ether. So what I want to discuss with you guys is that if you want to play this trade, assume that you believe that thanks to this new money coming to the space from the traditional art market, we will be seeing the price of Cryptopunks increasing, then you maybe want to be exposed to this. Now, I'm not recommending this in the least. I'm not saying just go ahead and do that, because this is an extremely risky move. But I'm saying there are tools available for you guys if you believe that thanks to this new money coming to the space, thanks to the success, and it's already this is a speculation, thanks to the success of the auction that will be held, that will be run next month, if you believe that thanks to this success, this future success of this auction, the average value of CryptoPunks will increase. Now, we have some data points that are telling us, yes, this could be the case. And this is because every time the NFT art market came into contact with the traditional art space, we have seen enormous amount of money being poured into the NFT market. And this could be for a variety of reasons. Maybe the buyers that belong to the traditional art space wouldn't know how to buy directly from the exchanges, from the new marketplaces that are appearing in the NFT space, or for whichever reason, we do not know. But what we have seen is that in the past months, whenever the buyers from the traditional art space came into contact with blue chip names in the NFT space, we have seen an enormous amount of money being poured in. So we could speculate in this way, and a way to garner exposure to this trade, to this speculation, basically a way of being exposed to CryptoPunks in the hopes that the average price of CryptoPunks will increase in the future, is of course to buy a CryptoPunk. However, I doubt that the average investor in the space has 20 Ether to spend on a single token. And even if they do, probably they do not feel comfortable with that kind of exposure. I've been covering in the past an additional way, an alternative way that you can garner exposure to CryptoPunks, and I will link it up here in the cards above. And that way, this strategy, this method, is to just buy into an index fund. Basically, as of today, an index fund called Punk exists that allow you to be exposed to a broader basket of CryptoPunks, so that you can buy a slice of it, you can buy a fractional amount of a broader basket of CryptoPunks. And in this way, you are exposed to this trade. So assuming, and there is nothing that is telling us this, but assuming that the average price of a CryptoPunk will go up in the future, then it is easy to conclude that also the average price of the token Punk will go up, so that the index Punk will go also up in price. I want to provide, however, both sides of the argument. This is something that, as you guys know, I like to do. I want to state both sides, the bear case and the bull case. And I would say right now, so much for the bull case. We know what is the trend that we've seen for the CryptoPunks in the last months. We have also seen what it means, new money coming into the space, especially in the NFT art market, and especially coming from the traditional art market space. But there are also a couple of data points that I want to discuss that go more in the direction of the bear case, so that you guys can build your own opinion around this trade. One specific data point is that, yes, some CryptoPunks have been going up in value, and up in value a lot. For instance, if we look at the price of the alien CryptoPunks, we see that the top sales for aliens are above 7 million, and think that the entire auction that will be run next May has a floor estimate of 7 million, a top estimate of 9 million, but the range for 9 CryptoPunks has a floor that is below what was one trade of one alien CryptoPunk, and this exhibition will contain one alien CryptoPunk. So just to put things in perspective of how bullish this could be. However, on the bearish side of the story, we can see that back in February, when I first covered the Cryptopunks, the floor price was higher in Ethereum amounts than how it is today. In Ethereum terms, at the end of February, we were talking about more than 10% higher price for the entry ticket in the Cryptopunk space. So we are seeing a little bit of mixed data, of mixed results. The lowest price for the cheapest Cryptopunk has been going down recently, but some other entries, some very top-notch entries, such as the aliens, have been going up in price. Also, another interesting point to discuss is that there is a lot of risk associated with buying a piece of an index. You have the liquidity aspect. Buying Punk is not like buying Bitcoin. Buying the Punk token is not like buying the Ethereum or Bitcoin token. You might have a liquidity issue, meaning that you might not find a buyer as easily and as immediately as you might find for another token that is exchanged on, for instance, centralized exchange such as Binance or what have you. To buy Punk, you need to use a Sushi Swap, and it's really an advanced thing. Plus, there are pretty high Ethereum fees associated with using decentralized exchange today, and this is an extra layer of risk, because it means that your trade will have to offset also the transaction expenses, the transactions fees that you will inevitably incur in when you're buying that slice of the index. And there is also the intrinsic risk of buying something that is coming from the DeFi space. This is pretty esoteric stuff, in the sense that if the code was poorly implemented, you're exposing yourself to that kind of risk. If the system has been implemented that has problems, then you are also exposing yourself to, say, a sort of counterparty risk, in the sense that the system might fail or might not work as it was supposed to. And this is also something to take into account when you're making this trade. So guys, I hope that I have provided you with enough information on what is going on here. And if you find this useful, if you find this entertaining, please remember to subscribe and to hit the like button. Thank you, and see you in the next video.